Women are rising. They are building businesses, writing books, starting nonprofit organizations, and impacting this world like never before. What happens when these women share their stories about success? Well, you're about to find out. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rising Stories Podcast. I'm Corine Sandifer, your host, and on Rising Stories, we feature women who are changing their world. We interview authors, influencers, speakers, and business owners, and we talk about best business practices. We also talk about productivity tips and what we are reading, and sometimes our favorite apps. This week, we are starting a new series featuring the women of Belmont University. Belmont University is a private liberal arts university in Nashville, Tennessee, and is home to the only international accredited music business program in the world. So it's only fitting that we start with two Belmont graduates, Shannon Moreland and Makenzie Stokel, founders and owners of EVAmore, an exclusive online business platform based in the heart of Music City, USA, right here in Nashville. These two talented women met at Belmont University, both music majors, and they found a mutual interest in organizing large house parties and small festivals. Today, they run EVAmore, a successful music promotion portal, an accessible solution for booking bands for your next event. Listen to our interview as they unfold their story and the successes along the way. You will be inspired, and this is a good episode for you to share with a college student in your life. But before we get started, I want to let you know how you can support this show. If you hear about a book or a product, please purchase that product with the links provided in the show notes. Amazon will give us a portion for every item you purchase with our links. You can also find more great stuff on our Amazon store. That link is also included in the show notes below. Also, please take a few minutes to subscribe to the podcast and tell your friends about Rising Stories. You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Catch my Sunday night productivity tips on Instagram each week as we prepare for an awesome week by doing a few things that will keep you focused and on track. Here is my conversation with Shannon and Makenzie. Hey, ladies. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hello.
Hi. I am excited to meet you guys, and I love that for those of you who can't see us, I can see you guys. I can see the ladies here, and they're both beautiful. And I know they're probably super smart to be able to start this whole business. So tell me how this all came about. You guys were Belmont students.
Yeah, so we were roommates at orientation at Belmont. We met right away. And then we both were, came from small hometowns to pursue music. Channing was a songwriting major, and I wanted to study music business. So we knew it was going to be in the music realm, but didn't really know where we were going to end up. And then really in college, we started booking our friends who were in bands at venues around town, putting on little festivals, producing the entire event, booking the bands, as well as, selling tickets, promoting it, doing kind of everything for these events.
Wow. We're talking about everything. So y'all were like from start to finish, you would find the venue, and then you had your artist, you had your friends, find the venue, and then you guys would, talk to the people at the place and say, hey, you got to have these people. They're great. You got to have this band. And then, like, did you guys have to was it already an established venue, like a club or a place, or did you just, like, create the whole thing?
That's a good question, because there were a lot of events that we produced and executed that were in set venues, but some of our favorite, events and festivals that we ever put on was us kind of creating the venue itself. We wanted it to be, in a unique space that people weren't expecting. So it really added that, kind of magical event creation piece. But then people started loving what we were doing and started coming to us and saying, well, I've always had this idea for a festival on a farm, but I don't really know how to go about all the logistics. Could you help? So we started really almost coming in kind of as overarching consultants for these and loved doing it.
Wow. That's neat. And so when you did that, you were still at school. And then when you graduated, what happened?
So we knew that we wanted to keep doing our business after college. And it really, it changed a lot from us putting on events to then, what the business is today is an online marketplace that connects artists and event planners. So, there was a lot of transitions going on, but basically graduation was coming up. We knew that we either have to raise money, get other jobs, and this will be our side hustle, or, find a way to we were going to make it work no matter what. We weren't going to just stop doing it. So we were fortunate enough to find some investors to go full time after college.
Wow, that's great. So you guys had to learn how to find the money, find the investors to continue going. So that's a whole nother task, a whole nother learning curve that you guys had to do.
Yes. Seriously. It was pretty wild. Like Makenzie said, we went to school for music, and it was such an educational experience for us to have to learn all different facets of how to run a business. And I think that's the best knowledge we've gained, is because really running a business in any industry is the same. You're just editing a few things. So it was awesome for us to learn, investor relations, how to build strategic partners, how to do customer acquisition, all of these things that were, useful in any industry.
And that's going to carry you guys on forever. If you ever sell the business, which, I am a business and life coach, and I do some career coaching as well, but I do talk to a lot of business owners. I'm like, look, two things: you buy a house to sell it, and you start a business to sell it, unless it's something that it's unless the business is a very personal, only I can do this. But hopefully you guys all that will carry on, and it just keep compounding all the knowledge. That's just amazing. Y'all really did a whole lot in those few years.
Yeah, we learned a lot in a short amount of time, just from making as many mistakes as possible, doing it wrong the first time. We then kind of learned, try, keep going, make another mistake, and then finally kind of figured out the right path for some areas of our business. And also we were in an accelerator called Project Music during our junior year, which was super helpful as far as getting us connected in the music industry and helping us learn how to talk to investors, how to build a website. We got a lot of our fundamentals from that accelerator.
Yeah, I feel like that accelerator was our MBA in building a business. And then these past 2 years out of school have been like the PhD.
Yeah. What was your biggest mistake that you guys remember and were like, we will never do this again?
So many.
Yeah, honestly. There's a lot.
There's one for each.
For every category of our business, it was a huge mistake. But we're a tech company. Our product is our website. So not having any background in technology and thinking that we could just run this company was kind of a huge mistake. Not having somebody who was either a tech founder or at least a good advisor to kind of tell us what some basic things are and so we, spent way too much money on a crappy looking product, and we,
so many mistakes,
outsourced to a team that didn't know how to do it. We did everything wrong tech wise the first time.
Yeah. And it showed us quickly what we needed to look for. And that was almost the best part, in any mistake, is you make all of them to then see how you want to do it the next go around. But that was, definitely, we just had no idea. We thought that we could just pick and choose and it would all work out. But hey.
Yeah. I would think that too. And I still do. I have my own business, and there's still things that I'm like, oh my gosh, that was dumb. I bought into, you need this type of website, and you're dropping a whole lot of money for something that you really don't need. I think that's like some struggles in every business. But what are some things that you guys were doing right, that you did right? You were remembering like, gosh, I'm so glad that we did that, because now look at where we are now. What was that one thing?
I think when I really think about why people were, drawn to us, or why we were the ones doing it, I'm really thankful just by the energy, even when it comes to like me and Makenzie and how we act every day, and like our passion and our energy for it, and just being willing to go for it and not question our value or worthiness ourselves, going, are we the right people to do this? We didn't allow ourselves to question that. We just jumped in regardless. And I think unknowingly that was such a huge piece to our success, was us doing that consistently. People always say, they're like, we're like drawn to you guys. You're just so excited about this genuinely. And I feel like that's something we consistently have had from the beginning.
So needed, because you have to keep that momentum going, when you are the business, basically. You're the face of the business. And so you got to keep that morale up, and you've got to keep going. So that is very important. Yeah. So totally. True. So true. What is coming up the horizon for you guys? What's next?
Well, we are currently expanding into the Austin and Atlanta markets.
Love Austin, yes.
Yeah, it's going really well so far. I would say next year, though, we are hoping to be in 10 new markets on top of the 3 that we're already in.
What are you in now besides Nashville?
Austin and Atlanta.
Oh, Austin and Atlanta. You're into those as well. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So do y'all go to Austin much?
Yeah, we do actually. We were there for South by. We were there during ACL, and then we were just there. We're there all the time during, the off season of festivals as well.
Now I hear that Nashville is getting a South by something. Have y'all heard that?
I have not heard
They
that.
said something like they were going to try to connect it with Live on the Green.
Oh, it makes
something.
sense. I know that 3686 and Live on the Green were starting to do more events together. So that'd be interesting to see more music events too.
I'm just like, that sounds great, but just don't do it too close to, the CMA week in Bonnaroo.
Right.
Because our town cannot deal with it anymore.
Right.
I think we're just like, we're maxed out by the end of that week. We're just like, I feel like it's just the city needs time to recover.
Yeah, there can be no more.
So true.
Can be no more. Yeah. What do you like best about working together? Because you guys have this partnership, and obviously it's working, and y'all are doing well. And what's the secret sauce?
Man, that's a great question, honestly, because, a lot of people either overlook it and just think, oh, yeah, partners work together. But we really do have we have a very special relationship in that we have opposite strengths and weaknesses. So, things that I'm terrible at, Channing can excel at, and vice versa. So that's been huge to our business's success, but also we just both value the business, I think, over anything else. Mm-hmm. So we would never let anything like personal come in between, the business, and it's never really even come close.
Yeah. And then on the flip side of that, I think, we definitely, people are always saying, you don't want to, work with your friends or get involved in that. But I think with Makenzie and I, because we have so much respect for each other and a friendship as the foundation first, it's like, I'm never going to come in here guns blazing, screaming or yelling. It's like, I really want to respect her and take care in our relationship first, because that is the core of this. And so I think that respect too is how we continue to thrive.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good that you learned that. I mean, there's so many, partnerships, or even 3 that get together to do a business. It's, because you're like vulnerable, and you're seeing each other at the stress level that everything is, when you're doing a business, the stress level can be high. So trying to just, keep it together and respect, like you said, I think that's a great secret sauce. I think that's it. Yeah.
I think too, we really do. I feel like it's so cliche to say, but we leave everything at the door when we walk in here. Cause it's like, you can't have an ego in here. You can't have animosity. It's like, and it's not that I would even have that with her, but it's like, I just see that really be the fail of a lot of partnerships. So it reminds us totally, how important it is to not ever have any of that.
And we know how important it is for us to, if there's something going on personally, we know that like it has to get worked out because we have to be on the same page about things to make our business run. So we're always like going to communicate and going to like work things out, so our business can thrive.
Yeah. What's a typical day in the life of, do you pronounce it EVAmore?
Yep. It's EVAmore.
Yeah. What's a typical day for y'all?
We have every day is a little different, I would say, but, I focused a lot on, like artist acquisition. So I'm building all the artist rosters in new cities, making sure that they're all qualified, vetted, entertainment, going to book the best of the best. They're professional. And then I oversee a lot of the technology and just the how users are feeling about new features, if we need to build this or maybe we don't need this, or what we should be spending our time on as far as building the tech goes.
And then my typical day, I like to start off with just even thinking about, who are the current clients, how are they doing on the platform, what are our new opportunities for business. Usually we'll have a few different meetings at different venues or with event planners. But I'm especially focused right now, like with financials at the end of the year, fundraising, just kind of circling back with all of our investors, giving quarterly updates. So I'm on the relationship side of the business for sure.
Yeah. Who's your typical person or company that goes on and books clients from you guys?
Yeah. So right now our main focus is all corporate and private events. Okay. So a lot of corporate event planners come onto the platform and they will book on behalf of their larger clients. And so technically we're sourcing entertainment for very large companies, Auto, BMW, Audi, Kohl's, Pearson, Amway, you name it. But we're really working with the event planners that are overseeing all of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they're like, this company, they just want to dance and they want to, cut loose. And so
I think we've had that exactly stated.
Yeah.
This is the band then. This is the one for you. And I like how you categorized them all. But I wonder, like, what do you have to do to be on that number one page? So, like, do you kind of... I know all your artists are wonderful because you vet them. But, like, how do you get on that number one page?
I would say that our best artists have, all of the qualities that, not just they're good performers. Like that's important, of course, but that's maybe a third of what we look for. They have to have that professionalism. They have to know that this isn't my show. I'm working for somebody else.
So important. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it helps to be charismatic. It helps to be good at talking to people and, not be too shy, which plenty of musicians are. So that's good. And then we also look for that you have to have played before. You have to have live content of you playing and a certain social following or at least presence on all socials as well as Spotify and YouTube.
Awesome. Yeah, I like that. I wanted to ask you guys, I was reading your bios about house parties in Nashville. So y'all did those too as well when you started. I did not hear about those, and I've been living here forever, until I was watching Anthony Bourdain's thing in Nashville, and he was at a house party where they were like playing, and my daughter was like, yeah, Mom, like that happens all the time. I'm like, I didn't know about it. Like, so people just hire a band to just come and play at their house?
Yeah, I think a lot of times with parties at somebody's house where there's a band, a lot of times it's probably they're friends with the band, or maybe the band is putting it on at their own house. Like, I think a lot of times, it's music industry folks that are doing that and have that connection to the band. But yeah, that's like where we got our start, honestly, is like our friends were all in bands and we were in college. So the friends that we had that had houses, we were like, all right, you need to have a party this weekend and you're going to book this band because they're great and tons of people are going to show up.
And will you charge so you charge them a fee, like a cover? That's sometimes, how you made your money?
Sometimes there would be a cover to get in. It was hilarious. It's honestly definitely what made me fall in love with Nashville and Belmont was seeing that this was the way that, everyone hung out on a Friday night together. But it was crazy. So one of those kind of consulting opportunities that happened was one of our friends came to us and said, back where I'm from, there's always a porch fest down a street and there's tons of bands on porches. And I know that they have one in like New Haven or West Haven.
West Haven. Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, what if we did that down Belmont Boulevard and do sick and so we had 26 bands.
Yeah. 26 bands and like 6 porches.
Yeah.
All like staggering times. So
it was so much fun.
There'll always be at least 2 people playing.
When was this? I missed it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What?
No, I was just going to say people still come up to us and they're like, I was biking down Belmont Boulevard and I saw this happening and it was so much fun. We had a blast. We definitely should do it again.
Yeah, we really should. That was so fun.
When was this? Because I totally missed it.
Was there
a year ago?
Was it our
No, because that was way before Project Music. So,
wow.
It was our sophomore year.
2013.
April of 13. Yeah. It was a while ago.
That was long ago.
Oh, y'all need to do that again.
I think we do. I think we do. Yeah, that was a blast.
I think you'll get a lot because I think people that are in Nashville and like Brentwood and they're like, oh, West Haven, that sounds so fun. I think people are hearing more and more about the West Haven porch parties or Porch Fest. And to have it like in I think y'all could just start doing it all over the city. I would love to have that here. Of course, our neighborhood's like far away, but anyway, it would still be really cool to do that.
Maybe we'll do one by you.
Yeah. Patent it and get it going. Call it something catchy. That would be cool. Tell me more about personally. What do you guys love to do on your off times?
Interesting. We don't get a lot of that. But,
you're always working.
Because it's fun, it doesn't feel like work.
We like our job. We're our own boss, so it's not like we dread going in every day or anything like that. And also we get to travel a lot, like we talked about. We get to go to Austin, Atlanta. We get to go all over the place for work. So it really is fun. But as far as outside of work, I mean, I love traveling, other places. Also, I'm on a lot of sports teams. So just like staying active, that's a big part of what I enjoy.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's kind of funny, but on our off time, we just find ourselves as the natural event planners. We'll just be planning a lot of stuff, like funny things for our friends. Like we planned like a fantasy draft league party, planned like this huge bonfire. Like we're always doing something.
Yeah, we had like a massive Easter egg hunt at our office. We're always having like huge parties just because I think we weirdly enjoy the planning side of it more.
You're weirdly enjoying just this. The thing that just oozes out is what you're doing. Yeah, and that's your job too. Yeah. Okay, really quickly, I'm going to do like a little lightning round with some questions, and y'all each answer. Best thing about Belmont University?
The students, the people.
Yeah, both of y'all. Mm-hmm.
And the music that comes from that place.
All of the people that we met, I would say showing up at Belmont like the first day and meeting people who thought the same way as me was like incredible.
Cool. Yeah. Favorite restaurant in Nashville? That's hard. I know.
I love food so much. Probably Mas Tacos.
Oh, that's mine too.
It's my favorite.
Makenzie?
Let's see. Like as far as like a really nice restaurant, probably Urban Grub on 12 South.
Mm-hmm.
Those little bread things are so good. Whatever.
But like as far as like a cheaper place that I go to a lot, like Baja Burrito.
You go to Baja? Yeah. Yeah, I used to go to Baja a lot, and then I discovered Mas Tacos. I go to Mas Tacos, and I also go to Taqueria. I'm just, I could probably eat Mexican food every single day, and I'm Mexican, so, but there's, if I can remember, I'll send it to you, but there's like a great breakfast taco place in Austin, and it is a chain, and they have this like egg with chorizo and avocado and some type of cheese. I can't remember what it is, and it's like the bomb. So good. I think I ate it like 2 or 3 times when I was down there.
Yeah,
delicious.
Yeah. Are y'all readers? What are you reading?
Yeah. I am currently reading Elon Musk's biography or autobiography, whatever the one that is not written by him. I think biography.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Cheney?
I just finished a few days ago mindful eating. I just found that I was eating so quickly, just like in the car from meeting to meeting. I was like, I need to take a second and like enjoy, because I love food. Mm-hmm. And now I'm nerding out on the soul of America, because I realize I actually know history really well. So I'm like, okay, I need to learn something. So
favorite Netflix or Hulu show?
Ooh, nice. I mean, I definitely watch The Office all the time on Netflix, back over and over and over.
Over and over, yep.
Yeah. There's also a good one called Dark. It's really one of my favorite Netflix original series. It's like all in German, but it's crazy good.
Ooh, I love Abstract on Netflix.
It's called Abstract?
Mm-hmm. And it's like 7 or 8 different episodes of all different types of creators in their work. So it's like an illustrator, an architect, a stage set designer.
Favorite app?
Ooh. Let me look at my phone real quick.
Does EVAmore have an app? Do y'all have an app?
We actually don't. Yeah. We are just mobile friendly, but I think someday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really, Ken's just reminded me, I am loving this app CoStar right now. It's like shows you your chart and
like your astrology.
What's it called?
CoStar.
Oh, okay.
So if you're,
yeah, interesting.
I just got this app called Udacity, I think is what it's called. And it's basically like it shows you all kinds of things, like, what are you trying to learn? Are you trying to learn HTML or digital marketing or programming, like different things? And it gives you like the basics on it. And then you have like an option to take like a real course in it, but it kind of gives you like small lessons and that's awesome. Random things that you want to learn about.
Wow. Last thing you bought on Amazon that's like saving your life?
Oh, not saving my life, but I just bought a Christmas tree.
On Amazon? Nice. A fake one on Amazon? Oh.
But saving my life, I don't know. Maybe it's saving my Christmas spirit.
Yeah. There you go.
I buy all my books on Amazon, so that's a nice, easy way. Yeah. But also I'm looking at my recent purchases, and I got my dog a banana costume for Halloween. That was pretty. I don't think that saved anyone's life, and he certainly didn't like it. But
oh,
so funny.
I bet he looked cute in it.
He sure did.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on. Oh, I do have one more question, and this is an important one.
Yeah.
What was the best business advice that you guys got, either collectively or individually? And we'll end with that.
Yeah.
I would say business advice that I now give to everybody who starts a business that I got like way early on was to not make assumptions about your business. You know, just because you and your 5 friends have a problem doesn't mean everybody else does. So it doesn't mean you have a viable business just because you are suffering from something that you want to solve. So, you know, before starting something, make sure there's a market out there for it rather than like starting and then realizing, oh, there's not as many people who need this as I thought.
Yeah. Do your research. Yeah.
Totally.
Good.
And I've learned to look at this in a more metaphorical sense, but someone once said to me, Channing, if you ask for money, you'll get advice. And if you ask for advice, you'll get money. And that was huge for me to see that, you know, just always have the desire to learn from people and ask questions, and it's okay to not know. And then you'll probably get a lot more value out of them than just going for an easy ask at the end.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. Good advice. Yeah. Thanks, ladies. This has been so much fun, and I've learned so much. I'm excited about the Porch Fest whenever y'all decide to jump on that.
Do it.
I got to get on your email list so y'all can let me know.
Absolutely.
And thanks for having us on Rising Stories. This is awesome.
These women are so powerful and strong. I really enjoy getting to know them. Make sure your first stop is EVAmore.com when booking music for your next event. I'll have the link in the show notes below. Today's music is by Ben Sound, and our sponsors are Audible and Amazon. Thanks for listening, and keep rising in your story.